Hello, I'm Dave Jones, the jazz writer for Pianist magazine. I'm going to play the examples now for you for lesson 4 in the magazine. And this time it's about harmonizing the melodies of jazz standards and a method for doing that. As we're halfway through the series, I should mention at this point that we've had some interesting letters and comments about the video, so thank you for those. And it's worth probably mentioning again at this point that the video content, obviously they're short videos that are just meant to be examples, visual and audio examples of what's in the magazine, rather than being standalone lessons as such. So I just thought that's worth clearing up. So let's go on with lesson 4, and we're first going to look at harmonizing the melody for Autumn Leaves using a quite simple method of harmonizing with root 3rd and 7th and doubling those where needed. So here we go. So example 1, first phrase from Autumn Leaves. And then example 2 is the second phrase from Autumn Leaves. Example 3, the third phrase from Autumn Leaves. And example 4, the fourth phrase from Autumn Leaves. I'll add to that example 5, which is an alternative version of the third phrase, or the harmonization of the third phrase. And this is to make sure we include the flattened 5th in the chord 2, the A-7 flat 5, and consequently then the flattened 9th of the dominant chord, the D7. So this is example 5. So that completes the phrases there for the first half of the melody of Autumn Leaves. Just 8 bars there in total, but we repeat that then for the first half of the melody. So then example 6, we go on and have a look at applying that method to the first 4 bars of the melody of All the Things You Are by Jerome Kern. Example 7, I'll just play an alternative version of the first 4 bars of All the Things You Are to include an additional chord in the 3rd bar, just to sort of move more with the flow of the melody and make the harmony a bit more interesting. To finish up this particular video to go with lesson 4, I thought it might be nice just to play some extended versions of what we have so far there to complete the harmonization of the melody for Autumn Leaves, to do some improvisation on them, and then also at the end to close up with the melody. So first of all, Autumn Leaves. In this, it's probably worth noting that I'll use some of the things we looked at in the previous lessons in terms of the voicing, some rootless voicings. Equally, I'll use some so-called shell voicings, the sort of 2-note bebop style in the left hand with root and 7th, root and 3rd. And I'll use some of the ideas as well that we've had in the previous lessons for improvising over those chords. So here we go. So a short version of Autumn Leaves. So that's the end of the examples and the arrangements at the end for lesson 4. And next time we'll look at another aspect of jazz piano.